Hi, hello everybody, welcome along. This is our 12 p.m. noon snack on Tuesday. No, it's not Tuesday, it's Thursday the 14th of May. Thursday the 14th of May, our 12 p.m. noon movement snack. Hope you're all okay, hope you've all had a good movement. Hope you've been thinking about our posture, thinking about how we can make it feel a bit more upright. Yeah, how we can make our shoulders come back and feel nice and tall. Let me know where you are, how you doing, how we're getting on, who's coming in to join us. Hope you've all had a good morning. Hope the weather's still being kind to you, no rain anywhere. Makes things a little bit easier when the weather's a little bit nice as well. A little bit nicer. We've got our first person on board. Hi, say hello. Let me know who's here, so I know I'm not talking to myself. Oh, swiping across. Hi Kathy, you okay? Lovely nice wavy panda there. Hope you've had a good morning. Welcome on board everybody as you start to come through. This is our noonday snack on Thursday the 14th of May. We're in week 8 of this Make Movement Your Mission. Remember, this snack goes along with the snack from this morning to give us in total every day 30 minutes of additional movements over and above what we're normally doing. So additional movements on top of our everyday life. Now, as always, if this is the snack that you're looking for, then brilliant, stay with us. If it's not, if you're playing catch up, then just flick back through the playlist on Facebook until you find the one you want, and then when you get back to here, I'll see you then. Okay, if you are, then stay with us, and of course don't forget that you can also see the videos on our YouTube channel, so feel free to find them there as well. Good morning Bob, or good afternoon Bob I should say, welcome. Hopefully everybody's going to start coming in. I can see Bex has come online as well. Just a reminder that this is, we're utilising and working on activities that are in our ICANN active calendar for 2020. And our 2021 calendar is being put together at the moment as well. So there'll be another one out for 2021. Been really useful. I bought a couple of them and gave them to relatives who found them really useful to keep themselves active. And certainly at this time I found it really useful as well. So again, our movement snack, second of the day on this Thursday the 14th, and this will count towards our 30 minutes of additional movements, movement minutes through the rest of the day. Hope you're all well, hope everything's okay. Everybody say hello when you come on board. It'd be good to know everybody's here. Hope you've had a good morning. Sorted my hair out. Bit of a bad hair day today, earlier on. So I've been and done that. Been and got that sorted. Wait for the day when the barbers and the hairdressers open again. I think it's going to be a bit of a queue, so we might be able to get a haircut in by September, October time. Luckily I can get the clippers out and have a bit of a go on it. Hi everybody. Let me know who's joined us. I know we've got Kathy, we've got Bob, and we've got Bex who said hello so far, but I know we've got 15 people who are online at the moment watching us, so say hello. Let us know how your day's been, how your morning has been. Hi Maddie, welcome on board, nice to have you with us. Nice to see you saying hello. And welcome to this lunchtime snack. Greetings David. David Coleman joining us. Good morning, good afternoon David. Good to have you with us. Hi Gillian, afternoon, welcome on board. And Vivian, and Sheila, hiya. Christine, hello, sun's out in Llanelli. Hope I said that right, Llanelli? I think that's right. Hi Margaret, good to have you with us, you're ready to go, it's good to know. Good to know. Clock sorted for anybody who's with us this morning as well. Battery's been inserted. And we're ready with time today. Time this afternoon, so I know where we are. Every single clock I had this morning failed on me just before we were about to go live. Good morning, Johnny. Just done the 8 o'clock. Might as well follow on with the 12 o'clock. Excellent. Keep the momentum going. Good to have you on board, Janet. Hi, Rita. And hi, Adil. Nice to have you on board as well. Rita, I'm going to show myself up as far as my flags are concerned now. I need my son here. My son's a flag one. He knows all the flags. Blue cross on a white background. I'm thinking Denmark, Finland, that sort of way. Not sure. Not my strong point. Flags. Visiting places when we're able to. Love doing that. Should pay more notice to the flags, I think, shouldn't I? Good afternoon, Sally. Sunny in Buryport. Good to have you on board with us. Welcome along. Just a reminder, this is our noonday snack on Thursday the 23rd. If this is the one you're looking for, stay with us. If you're playing catch-up, Norway. Did I say that? Did I say Norway? No, I said for Denmark or Finland, or didn't I? Norway. Nice to have you on board, Norway. Hi, Kelsey. Hi, Susanna. Nice to have you on board. And pleasure for the reply earlier on. So this is your noonday snack. It's Thursday the 14th of May, week 8. Right, let's give ourselves a couple of seconds, then we'll get ourselves going. Good afternoon, Beryl. Welcome on board. Coming in from Fremington. And hello, George. Welcome there. You're not late at all, mate. Scottish Highlands saying hello. Penny, hello. Good to have you here. Hi, Rita. Hi, Christine. Just made it in. Been baking. What we've been baking, Christine? Hopefully something nice. I had to go at some buns yesterday. Looked good. Still to taste them. Hi from Brennan. Welcome in. Right, let's get ourselves going. Just snuck in at the back there. Dawn, well done. Good afternoon, folks. My name's Dave Montgomery from Later Life Training. This is our 12 o'clock noonday snack on Thursday, the 14th of May. It's our movement stack, which will give us a total over the day of 30 additional movements, minutes, on top of everything we're doing as normal. This is number 2, so this will give us 20 minutes on top. Join us later and we'll have 30 minutes on top. Now remember that you can do this standing or you can do it in an active seated position as well. The choice is yours. I'll give you the options and I'll get you going. So first things first, let's get ourselves into a standing or seating position and we'll get ourselves ready to go. Okay, so if we're standing, let's think about our posture. We've got our knees nice and soft. They're in line with our hips and our heels are in line with our knees. We're going to lift tall from our hips, bringing those shoulders up, back, and gently bringing them down. So we get a nice opening of that chest. Okay, let's keep our chin parallel with the floor and try and just bring your chin back a little bit so we've got a nice straight line down the back. Okay, let's start by just lifting onto the balls of the feet. So bringing ourselves up onto the balls of the feet. Now, what I want you to do is think about your posture. How can you make it feel a little bit better? How can you make yourself feel a little bit more upright and focus in onto that? I've got creaky floorboards again today. Don't normally hear these creak apart from when I'm doing this, so I do apologise. Keep that going for me. If you're in your seated position, then just remember, focusing on posture again, we want to bottom walk or hip walk into the front third of our chair. Again, we can lift up onto the balls of the feet, bringing our heels up and thinking about our feet, ankles and our toes. Okay, now keep that going for me. What I'm going to do is just take a little pause. Let's put an arm movement in. And what we're going to do is swing that arm from our shoulders. Now in our standing position, keep that going. I've got lots of external support. So I've got a wardrobe here that I can use. I've also got a desk here and I've got a chair. Okay, use that external support if you need it, if you want to, yes? All right, let's keep that arm going. And if you feel able to, let's put a second arm in. Make sure you feel steady. Make sure you feel stable though. Keep those knees nice and soft. And again, we're moving from our shoulders. If you want to hold on, do one arm at a time. Just make me a promise that every now and again, you will change arm. If you're in your seated position, if you want to stay in the seated position, then again, we've got that arm movement there. If you want to alter it slightly, we've got a little bit of a row that you can do as well. So we've got that rowing action into there for us. Think about how the movements feel. Can you feel the shoulders easing off? Can you feel the loosening of the body as we're starting to do that? So our joints are mobilising. Brilliant. Take a little pause there for me. Let's put the arms back into place. Let's bring those feet back in. And if we want to, let's start to bring the foot off the floor. So we've got the toe pointing down towards the floor, and I'm just going to come sideways so you can see. Toe pointing towards the floor, we bring the ball of the foot down first and we roll through to that heel. So again, thinking about that ankle, feet and toes position all the time. Excellent. In your chair, if you're sat down, again, we can go with that. If you start to feel a little bit tired here, then you can just bring it back into those heel lifts onto your toes. Right, quick pause there, and let's try and put both together. So we're going to do legs and we're going to do arms at the same time. Remember to use your external support if you need it. Okay, so let's start with our legs. So we've got our little gentle march coming down onto the ball of the foot, rolling through to our heels, and we're going to add the arms in. Okay, just work at your own pace. Remember, make it smaller, make it bigger, make it slower. All we want to do with this part of our session is to warm the body a little bit. This is our circulation booster. Keep that going for me. So all we're trying to do is get the muscles a little bit warmer, get the joints moving, get ourselves breathing a little bit harder, but we don't want to be out of breath. At the end of this, we should just feel as though we want to take a nice deep breath in. Okay? And let's pause it there. Right, we're going to move on to our first movement. And we're going to start with a sit to stand. So, sit to stand is something we do in everyday life. It works onto this part of our legs, and it's a very important part of our body. Everything we do throughout the day utilises these legs. So when we're getting into the chair, out of the chair, when we're sitting down to have our lunch, when we're climbing the stairs, getting in and out of the bath, in and out of bed, we use these muscles. So let's make sure we keep the movement within them. All right, what we're going to do is into our chair, sat down. We're in the front third of the chair. Our heels are in line with our knees and our knees are in line with our hips. We're going to power up, pushing through the ball of the foot. Okay, and then we're going to bring ourselves down. Now what I want you to focus on is a power up and a slow and controlled movement down. Let's rehearse that move, okay? So we power up and a slow and controlled movement back down into our chair. Let's go. Power up and slow and controlled movement down. Keep going with that. Now, if your knees don't like that, or you want to stay in a seated position, you can, okay? We have a little jockey lift here where we can just lift slightly off the chair and come back, all right? You can even utilise the chair a little bit to push if you need to, or just lift the buttock slightly off the chair. Yeah? That's it. Now, as you power up, I want you to focus on squeezing your buttocks as well for me. And remember, we've got that power up and that nice slow and controlled movement down. Keep going with that for me. Can you feel the muscles working? Can you feel the movement into your legs? Can you think and can you see how that fits into everything we do on a day-to-day basis? All those activities, as I say, getting in and out of the chair, walking up the stairs, getting out of bed. We come from this position firstly and we power up to a standing position. If you're down in your seated position, you've got this. Now, another alternative for you if you're in a seated position, you can do a little bottom walk forward and a little bottom walk backwards. So we've got some movement in there. So you work within the confines of your abilities, what you want to do. Do what is right for yourself. Okay, all the time we're thinking about our posture. We're thinking about lifting those shoulders back and lifting tall from our hips. Keep going like that for me. And let's take a pause there. Moving on to our second move, we're going to raise our toes off the floor. So we did heel raises the other day. This time we're going to focus on raising our toes off the floor. Let me show you. I've got my external support and I'm just lifting the toes off the floor. Now, don't stick your bum out. Stay nice and tall and just lift those toes. And it may only be a small movement. It doesn't have to be a big movement. Okay, let's have a little rehearsal of that. So we lift the toes, we've got our support there, and we can lessen the support if we feel comfortable with it. And let's go. So start with that, lifting, making sure your bottom's not coming out. Yeah, I'm just going to take a step back here and show you into a seated position. So again, we're lifting those toes. Can you feel the movement? Can you feel where the body is working? Can you feel that into your legs? Now keep thinking about our posture. And think about your external support. So if you need to hold on for support, then feel free to do so. That's it. Remember, you can make the small movement smaller or as big as you want. Another alternative for you, if you struggle with that at all, put one foot in front of the other, hold on and just do 1 foot at a time. So do a few on one foot, maybe 3, 4 or 5, change the leg over, and again, do a few more on the other side. And all the time just focus on the fact that we're not sticking the bum out, we're staying nice and tall and we're just lifting those toes. And knees are staying soft as well, so we're not locking the knees out. And pause there for me. Let's move on. Our third movement, and this is where you're going to need the towel or the tea towel that I mentioned in the little brief earlier on. So I'm going to pull my chair in for you. And here I have a towel, a little kitchen towel. You can use a tea towel, anything. It's that sort of size you want. You don't want a bath towel or anything that's hugely bigger. Okay? Now, with our towel, what we're going to do is just hold it under hand here. So we've got a little bit of tension there. Can you see I've got some tension there? Excellent. My elbows are tucked in, my shoulders are lifted up, back and down. So all the time we're thinking about that posture, we're thinking about sitting taller and how we can make our posture taller and stronger. Elbows in, and what I'm going to do is just gently pull that apart, and you'll feel a little bit of a pull, but that's it. Keeping the elbows in, I'm going to draw the towel in towards my belly button, squeezing my shoulder blades together, and then bring it back forward. Have a little release, yeah? So let's rehearse that. We pull apart, we pull in towards us. We come forward, and we release. Keep going with that for me. All right, let me show you from a sideways on. I'm here, my elbows are tucked in, I'm sitting tall and I'm pulling in, squeezing those shoulder blades together, coming forward and releasing. Keep going. Another option for you if you need to is to take it to an overhand grip. But if you do, make sure you keep those elbows tucked in still so we can pull apart and pull back in. Work with what is comfortable for yourself. Now, can you feel that into the upper back? That's where we want to feel it. And in everyday life, we're using those muscles. If we have to open a heavy door, we've got that motion there where we're pulling back into that shoulder. So those sorts of activities there. Again, we're working into the upper back, building our strength, and all that's going to help as far as our posture. One of the things we do with posture is we sit tall or stand tall, we draw the shoulders back and down. And it's that area that we're working on. Okay. So again, pull in, come forward and release. Pause there for me. Let's move on to our next one. And we're going to come down to our ankles. Now, I've got a pillow here. So what I'm going to do with this pillow is I'm just going to place it between my knees. I'm going to move back a bit so you can see my feet, because we're going to work into our ankles. All right. So I'm going to place that there so that you can see I've got some distance between my knees. They're not pushed together, but they're in close. I'm going to put my toes together and I'm going to put my heels out towards the side. Again, I'm focusing on that posture and I'm holding on. What we're going to do is lift our toes and then lower them down towards the floor. Keep our heels where they are, keep the knees pushing against the cushion and take the toes out. And lift again, the toes only, yeah? Keeping the heels down. Come down, come back in. Keep going with that for me. Now here we're working onto the strength in our ankles. So again, in everyday life, when we're walking, when we're out on the roads, when we're having to change direction, it's the ankles that are helping us as far as that directional change and that movement is concerned. So you can see how we're working into our feet, ankles and toes all the time, building the movement within them, building the flexibility within there to make those changes, to build the strength. Can you feel it into your ankles? How does it feel? Now work within your own comfort range, so it shouldn't be uncomfortable. You should feel it, but it shouldn't be uncomfortable, or it shouldn't be any more uncomfortable than it normally is for you. That's it. Think about your posture. Think about your support. So you've got your chair that you can hold on to if you need to. You can place your hands onto your thighs. You can use external support if you feel that you need to. That's it. We're sitting tall still. And let's take a pause there. Take our cushion out and leave that. Have a little movement of those legs. So bring your feet back up with your heels back, so you're just coming onto your toes, just to loosen off those ankles again. That is a tough one, I know. Our aim there is to work into the ankles, to build that strength within the ankles, so you should feel it within those ankle joints. That's it. Excellent. Okay, so there we are. That's the end of our 10-minute slot for this lunchtime, and that gives us so far 20 minutes of additional movement minutes on our day. Later on we're going to put another one onto there, so we're going to have 30 minutes of extra additional movements within our day. Excuse me. So join me later at 4 o'clock. Now, between then and now, just think about the movements that we've done. Think about sitting taller, thinking about opening your posture, and think about how those movements we do in everyday life. And see if you can spot the areas during this afternoon where you actually utilise those areas. Try and crowbar in a few more of those shoulder rolls and opening that chest for me. If you're sat down, try and have a think about and try a few of those ankle strengtheners for me. Take care, have a good afternoon, and I will see you at 4 o'clock.